of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shama-lama ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop, the #1 Godzilla podcast on Spotify.
Woo!
What?
My name is Janet, and I am Mr. Boop, your Godzilla host for the evening.
My name is Kong, and I am Mr. Boop.
Lisa, did you plan this?
I didn't plan this. I didn't know that Janet was gonna do this.
Janet, it's your line. Unfortunately.
No,
Tuesday,
it's
June-
Ryan's line. You
What?
haven't said you haven't said what your name is.
I'm also here.
It is Tuesday, June 30th, 2020, and we have a lot of things to go over. I would like to start us off with the third Godzilla film. Now, what's everyone's
It's
thoughts on the
Tuesday,
original
June 30th, 2020. Today we're reading the
film
116th ever
King
Mr.
Kong
Boop strip.
Now,
What
a
happens
lot
in
of people
today's
think
Mr.
Godzilla
Boop?
Kong as a recent film, but it's actually a remake of the third Godzilla film. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but the original King Kong
That's
Godzilla
weird.
was actually...
Janet's audio just turned off. I don't know what happened there. That's really weird. Anyway, we got 4 panels here.
There's murder, death in this one.
Huh?
There's murder and death in this one.
Say that again, Lisa.
Murder and death is in this one.
Oh, is that the...
That's
Is
the
it the-
synopsis.
Oh yeah, what's the shadow synopsis is almost done with the
I haven't linked the strip
with
yet.
the check-ins. Maybe that's what the problem is.
proud?
Oh, there you are, Janet.
Hello, how's it
there's,
going, everyone?
There's 4 panels.
Wait, I haven't linked the strip yet. There's the
Well, I
link
can
to
see the strip. We're in the therapist's office. We see Philly D, of course, in her therapist chair. And in the expression chair, did we give this guy a name? Is this...
Yeah, this is what's his face? This is Charlie.
Is that
Charlie
what
Manson.
is that what we called him?
Yeah, we called him
Charlie
Charlie
Manson.
after after
Well,
Charles Manson.
obvious. It's obvious who that's in reference to, but I wasn't sure if that's what we ended up calling him.
Yeah, we ended up calling him Charlie.
Okay, well, he's in the expression chair, so that's a change.
Do you want to voice Charlie? Beach Boys fan?
Of course.
Philly D is saying, and why do you enjoy killing so much?
ready for one.
Electoral heart
That's it.
after much in her speech bubble.
That is, yeah, that's what. And yeah, Charlie says, as Janet said, it's really fun.
Yeah, there's this is the flapper shot, by the way. Panel 2, we got a close up of Charlie. Sorry, I got distracted there. I saw Janet was doing a dance. Close up of Charlie laying back in the expression chair, and he's got a speech bubble, which I guess Janet will read now. Possibly. Which translates to, it's so much fun to kill a person and watch the light drain from their eyes. Panel 3, sort of a reverse shot, except they're not like, whatever. It's a close up of Philly D. And she's looking over at she was smoking a pipe in panel 1 as usual, and we don't see the pipe in this panel. But she's looking over at the expression chair, and she said, she has trouble. It says, "See, now that's a problem." And
She had a voice, said Ryan. It was like a Daria type voice.
did
remember?
she though?
Yeah, it's like, see, now that's a problem.
See,
Wow.
I've never seen Dora.
Yeah, but you did the voice.
And she's got a thought bubble that says, "Wow, this guy is really hot, though." Electries. Panel 4.
No comment.
Huh?
No comment.
No. Panel 4, we have a familiar scene here. It's not the flapper shot, but it is like a copy of the flapper shot. We see an almost identical expression chair, but a different therapist chair. And it's not Philly D sitting in the chair. It's a different therapist. And Philly D is laying in the expression chair. And in the corner of the panel, top left corner, there's a little time stamp to show that it's later than Electries.
Mhm.
It's sort of indicative in many ways of the duality that we kind of see in films like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla,
Yeah.
where Godzilla represents
Philly
the
D has a
naturality
speech bubble
of
coming from her
humanity.
that says, "Is that fucked up, Electro Heart?" And
then
the new therapist we see. Okay, how would we describe his appearance?
He's got like a potato head, right?
kind of. He's got that Homer Simpson stubble where it's just like a lot. If that is what it is,
He looks like George Carlin. He looks like George Carlin.
I wouldn't have thought
Who?
to say that, but that's an interesting take. He's either bald or has like light blonde short hair. He looks like an older man. He's wearing a turtleneck like Philly D's, possibly related. Or maybe that's just the uniform of therapists.
It's the therapy uniform. You can't do therapy for people you're related to.
He's doing the exact same. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's off the books. He's doing the exact same.
Maybe this guy shouldn't be a therapist.
He's doing the exact same pose as she was in panel 1. And it's funny you should say that because his speech bubble says, "Yes, you shouldn't be a therapist." Yes.
What? Wait a minute, guys, you hear that? It's the horn. That means that it is time for the random Godzilla trivia question.
You shouldn't be a therapist.
Now, all right, here's the question.
I don't know what this guy's name is.
Let's see.
I guess it would probably be another.
Let's hear out the random Godzilla trivia. Let's see what this is.
All right, now.
Yes.
This has been your random Godzilla trivia question. Thank you. Now back to the show, ladies and gents.
Okay, we got a new segment, I guess.
I would assume that this character's name is based
PhD.
on a classic YouTuber, since it's the tradition we have Philly D.
Since Janet's the guest, why don't you name the guest?
Yeah,
Janet?
what do you know? Old school YouTubers like Philip DeFranco, Winecone, whatever. Which name of an old school YouTuber do you think describes this guy?
Doug
what?
Walker.
Doug.
I wouldn't say he's a YouTuber.
Doug Walker.
I would say that he's like his own
time.
website.
This has been the Doug Walker trivia hour. Anyways, back to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think this guy's name would be based on?
I'm doubling down. I'm double Jeopardy, man. Doubling down.
So, Doug Walker is your actual answer?
Doug Walker is my pick of the week.
Okay.
Fine. All right. So.
This guy
he also has a PhD on the wall, but that's not his name tag, unless his name is Philly Doug.
It's Doug with a P, Walker with an H, then Doug again, in case you forgot. No, let me say this in a way. It's
Hawker Doug.
Hawker.
That's his name.
It's his initials, okay? Listen to me. Okay?
My name is Doug Walker Jr. Now you can call me P, or you can call me H, or you can call me D, or you can call me PhD.
You're missing the point of what I'm trying to say here, and that is it indicative of the social, political ramifications of 1971's Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Okay.
He's got very distinct eyebrows.
Yeah.
This character also. He looks weird. He's more distinct than most of the background characters in Mr. Boop, I would say.
Could be he's returning again. Think about it for a minute. Food for thought. Maybe, and I don't know about these might be from my sources. So I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but maybe towards the end of the series, you might be seeing him pop up. Maybe he becomes one of the main villains. Maybe he sort of, is the puppet master of this the conflict, the central conflict that we're seeing. I don't want to say that I have this confirmed, but I do have some very good sources.
I see. I would like to see your
I don't know what to
sources.
make of what you just said.
That's not to understand.
Okay,
I don't understand anything you just said.
Janet, what do you think? What do you think is going on in this strip? Like, I mean, like generally, what do you?
Well, it's the old question: who is the therapist? All right.
Yeah, it's true.
Therapy.
Is that an old
is
question?
Well, who's the mailman's mailman?
Who's the mailman's mailman?
Oh, I've never
Does the
heard of
mailman
it.
deliver his own mail? But it's the therapist. Who does the therapist go to for
That's
therapy?
actually an interesting. I've never heard that. I can see why it's a famous question because that actually is an interesting question. Because
Well,
like
who's
I
the
mean I know there's
mailman's mailman?
multiple mailmen, but what if you deliver to an area that you live near? Like, surely you would pass by your own house. Would you deliver your own mail? And if that's the case, would it be illegal for you to open it while you're on the job?
Well, no, it's only illegal to open it if it's not addressed to you. So like that's what.
So you
that's why
could
they get in
so you
trouble.
could
If
as soon as you
sure.
or get in the truck or whatever you could.
Scrounge
Surely
through for
it'd
ones
be
that
like
belong to you.
it'd be like unprofessional to open your own mail like at the post office as you're supposed to deliver it.
Mhm. I mean, I think the thing is, you just get the bag of mail and you don't really look through it first.
That's the image, but it's not like they're Santa Claus. Like they have an order that they go to these things in, and they don't just reach in and like, oh, here's the mail I had to deliver to this house.
Oh, hello. no,
I
it's like
actually prepared a song about mailmen.
okay.
Okay,
Ryan doesn't like editing music, so I don't know.
that's whatever. This is what we're doing now.
Song for the
I
mailman.
love mailmen. They bring me my mail. Mailmen are so cool. They are really cool. I love mailmen. I kill them in their sleep. Mailmen are so cool. Verse 2. Mailmen come in many sizes. Mailmen are my best friends. Mailmen are really cool. I like them a lot. Mailmen, 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 mailmen.
Woo!
Mailman, 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 mail. Mailman, 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 mail. Mailman, 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 mail. Mailman, I hate you so much. All right, that's enough. Thank
Now
you.
do Doghouse.
They didn't the full comedic impact of me like opening my mouth to say something and then verse 3 starting that doesn't really register for people listening. No, I mean
You're regretting inviting me to this show, aren't you?
I didn't invite you.
Exactly. You're not gonna re-invite me.
Anyone
No.
can sign up to host. We can't complain.
Yeah.
Except for that, no one has signed up to host.
It's all been people
It's-
we've asked.
Mostly the people you've asked.
You've asked
um,
Kate.
Listen, like I said before, you have my agent. If you ever want me to come back, you want to give me my own spin-off, I'd be willing to do
that's
that too.
What do you have? Is there any daily comic strip you want to recap?
Oh.
Well, don't offer them to do it now.
Oh, no, I gotta think this through.
No,
I
you
gotta
don't.
think
You
this
don't.
through. Yes, I do. Now let's think about some of my favorite guys. There's
You know what's
Marmaduke.
weird? What was weird
There's
about that
Marmaduke.
musical?
Who made
Marmaduke could be a good one.
That's one panel.
There's Marmaduke. There's Marmaduke. There's Family Circus. There's
That's gonna be the shortest comic strip recap podcast ever.
Marmaduke went for like 47 years. Don't even talk to me.
No, per episode.
No, I'll find a way to fill
It's
time.
one
I can
panel.
write songs. I can do skits. I can do improv.
You know what was
I can-
interesting
what would
about
you- what would you
about
call
that
the Marmaduke
song?
spin-off?
That song segment made me realize that it's not the music that annoys me. It's Lisa playing the music.
No! Oh, that's rude.
The show,
Okay,
the Marmaduke recap
now-
show, which you can see, the first episode comes out next week. So keep an eye out, eagle-eyed viewers. The first episode.
I
of
just mean
Marmaduke the
because
show.
your additions to that song were just.
Oh!
Yeah, it was not a real addition to the song. It was not on
Preacher
like.
in the wind. All right.
And that's kind of how any song you start to play on the podcast is it just ends up being noise like that.
The name of the Marmaduke show, it's called Marmaduke. Love, hatred, murder, and deceit. That's the name of the show. You'll see the first episode coming to this station next week.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. This is a good title. Did I mention that this is another Ryan has not slept in like 24 hours podcast session?
That's pretty epic.
It's not. All right. Well, interesting developments in Mr. Boop this week. I hesitate to ask, but what do you make of this, Janet, as someone who does not read the strip? This is not Mr. Boop. This is not Betty Boop. And it's seemingly not even any pop culture characters at all. Like, what do you think would be the context
in many ways, in Marmaduke is sort of, he's always up to no good. You know what I mean? Marmaduke is always, at least having the time of her life right now. But
I'm loving this.
Marmaduke, in many ways, is sort of symbolic of the cultural political ramifications of... it's a dog-eat-dog world, and Marmaduke's a pretty big dog, so if you're a tiny dog, you better watch out. That's all I'm going to say. And so next week, when my first episode of Marmaduke Love, Hatred, Murder, and Deceit comes out, I will go into more detail. I will invite Ryan. Ryan, would you like to be in the first episode of Marmaduke Love, Hatred, Murder, and Deceit?
No.
Yeah, you would. You're going to be a part of it. But so when Ryan and I delve into Marmaduke, make sure you listen to that one. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a coke-fueled nightmare. But
you're hosting this one.
What?
Yeah, you have the
You're
power
hosting this
to end
podcast.
this one.
Well, you can host multiple. If Mike Patton,
you're hosting the episode. End the fucking episode. End the episode.
At the same time, I can host Being Mr. Boop and Marmaduke Love, Hatred, Murder, Deceit.
Well,
No!
It's a shame that Janet was not able to stay for this whole week. She had other plans, unfortunately. But you've been listening to Being Mr. Boop. There was a little Mr. Boop, a comic star. He thought he'd oop. That's how you read that. You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for our full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter. And you can follow me at the usual places. Thank you and good night.
Thank you and good night, everyone.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.